I almost want to yell at them, that you should. But at the same time, can I deny that I've been doing the same thing all week? Maybe you should yell at yourself. Go to a mirror. Take out some of that anger on that mirror. A wave of something like disgust sweeps over me. Guilt for my own narrow mindedness. I push the thoughts aside, concentrating on the pangs of hunger that burn my guts like a wildfire. The scent of something fried leads me to the promised land where I can get some lunch. I'm just getting my order when a loud voice interrupts me. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Having lunch. Breakfast? You mean you just got up? Shit, I think she's caught me here. Suddenly sleeping all morning feels like a crime. Do not let her pout. No, I mean lunch. Honest. Don't lie. She's not buying it. Brunch? Yeah, we can go with brunch. Brunch will work. That's not a healthy breakfast at all. Hey. You said the day after the festival we start all this fucking training and shit. So let me eat whatever the hell I want, woman. She snatches my food out of my hand and glares at me. What the hell is this girl doing? Hey, that's my breakfast. What happened to it being your lunch? That's my whatever, it's my food. Amy places her hands on her hips and begins lecturing me. Did you really forget your dietary plan already? You need to be more conscious of your health, Hisao. What about your heart? My heart's fine the way it is. Mostly. All I get in response is a roll of the eyes. Boys. I doubt that. You wouldn't be here if that was the case, would you? True. Neil's got a point, of course. I'm not about to concede it. It's not that bad of a heart. Certainly it can handle a little crease now and again. Yeah, sure, and it handled a little running just fine, too. Emi seems unconvinced. Not surprising, as I haven't even managed to convince myself. Maybe, but if you're not sleeping the day away all the time... But not if you're sleeping the day away all the time. Devious look suddenly crosses her face. Oh, these people know my favourite song. Of course, if you'd been following a routine from the beginning, you wouldn't be in this situation. Hey, I've had a pretty eventful week, you know. For example, I almost died, and there was a lot of meeting people, and then I was on a roof for a while. Which is no excuse for slacking off, you know. A little near-death experience is no excuse for skipping basic exercise. Like running in the mornings. She nods, as if something important has just been decided. So it's settled then. What did we settle? I did not agree to anything. You're just like Shizune with your fucking preemptive bloody agreements on things. You've seen the error of your ways and are willing to adhere to my routine, right? I'll see you bright and early in the morning. We'll be running buddies. We'll be more than running buddies. You know, you already convinced me yesterday that this was a good idea. You don't need to convince me again. Not that I did a good job of being convinced. She's right about eating healthy after all. And here I am ordering up something grossly unhealthy. Oh, come on, man. But delicious! There are more important things than deliciousness, aren't there? No, it's just delicious. Like staying alive? Well, I was gonna crack into some BGs there, but stayed out of it. Wait, BGs? Beatles? BGs? BGs. No, Beatles. No, BGs. If Emi weren't here browbeating me for my poor decisions, I'd probably... Hey, wait a second. A sudden question springs to mind. Hey, why the hell have you taken such an interest in my well-being? Because she likes you. Emi shrugs and grins at me. You're the new guy. A figure you don't have any friends yet, right? Oh, way to make me feel like a loner. Ouch. Besides, I've caused you trouble all week, right? I owe you for not getting angry. And I told the nurse I would anyway. Huh? Crazy little running girl wants to make me happy. Well, I suppose there are worse fates. Okay, that sounds fine. Thanks for your concern. Tomorrow morning then? Oh, really? We're not going to spend the day with her? Right, fine, whatever. I figure that ends the conversation, so I turn to leave. Not so fast, yay! I feel a hand on my collar, and in a second I've been yanked backwards. The drink. In fact, I could go with one of those snow cones right there. They look delicious. Hey, no need to be so rough. What do you want now? Amy looks almost wounded by my annoyed question. Thought you could use the company. Her eyes narrow. Besides, you were just going to try sneaking some more of that fried crap, weren't you? Well, I wasn't going to, but now that she mentions it, that would have been a really good idea. I was not. Another glare. Okay, maybe I was going to get a little. Glare continues. Okay, I'll laugh. Jesus. I'm a danger to myself and others, aren't I? I get done agreeing that I need to be healthier and then immediately start considering the next unhealthy habit that comes my way. You need to stop that masturbating, bro. It's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy habit. However, if you have Emmy as a girlfriend, you may actually have something to stick it in, so... I knew it. You can't be trusted. Now I definitely have to stick with you. The whole situation feels silly. I can only imagine what passerby think of the sight of me being lectured by a tiny girl half my size. Maybe I should just give up for now. Fine, do what you like. Is that what you say in bed? Might as well make the best of this. What do you want to do? Let me think for a minute. Well, I promised Ren I'd stop by her mural. So let's do that. I confess I'm slightly curious as to how her mural turned out myself. So again I consider there are worse fates. I give a nod of absence and find myself almost dragged bodily through the crowd as Emmy races to our destination. Well, it's definitely an obscure painting. Very creepy. Yeah. Okay. Rin's definitely an artist. By the time we reach the dorms, I can feel my heart pounding. My heart shouldn't be pounding after just that. You are very unfit. I take a few deep breaths, willing myself to calm down. However, if you had had that fried food, you wouldn't have even gotten half the way before your heart started pounding, so you can thank Emmy for that. I'm one of the most normal looking people in the school, but I still have to be here. Sometimes I almost wish I'd lost a hand or something. At least then it'd be obvious that I belong. But instead I don't even look sick. Even now, trying to catch my breath, I just look out of shape. Emmy looks back and notices my state of distress. You're not going to die on me, are you? Please don't. Oh god, there it is. It'll be all my fault. It'll be all my fault, and I don't want to deal with that kind of guilt. Besides, after the last time, I really don't think I need to see that again, especially because the nurse will totally say it's all my fault. No, I'm fine. Guess I need to start running after all. And you wanted to keep eating your greasy whatever it was. See? It's a good thing I found you, right? Yes, it was. Maybe. Of course I don't add that I wouldn't be in this state if she hadn't dragged me across the festival grounds. Further conversation is interrupted by the sudden appearance of Rin. Oh, that's you. Maybe that was a... Ah, it's you. Hello, Emmy. Hey, Rin. I brought Hisao along because he was going to give himself a heart attack. I was not. My objection goes unnoticed. We stopped by to see how the mural turned out. Rin nods slowly. Well, it's right there. You can see it pretty clearly. I find myself wondering how long Rin's been standing here in front of the mural. Has anyone even stopped by to look at it? Are we the first ones? Obviously we're not the first to see it, of course. I mean, it's pretty big. Are we still talking about the mural, or are we still talking about me in the sack? You'd be hard pressed not to see it. Yeah, okay, we're definitely talking about Hisao in the sack. At the same time, I don't think anyone's actually talked to Rin about it. Anyone but us, that is. I feel compelled to say something. Looks pretty good. I'm still not happy with how it turned out, but I guess it'll do. She seems almost resigned to it. Resigned? Yeah. I'm not sure what she expected as a result, but I guess she didn't quite get there. I don't think artists ever do get what they expected. Yeah, that's definitely very interesting painting. Oh wow, that's kind of crazy. Okay. That's very abstract. Oh wow, that's okay. There's like 3 faces in there, or maybe there was 4. I'm so confused. We stand in front of the mural, taking it all in. I try my best to concentrate on the composition of the thing. It's actually fairly interesting. It is very interesting. That's kind of creepy. The colours swoop and blend together, dragging me along with them. There's a dreamlike quality to the whole thing that makes me almost feel sleepy. I try hunting out some of the colours Emmy and I grabbed for her. Try as I might, I can't see any Persian blue. That's because you never got it back to her. Titties! Oh well. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. My feet start to hurt, but Rin doesn't seem inclined to move on. Emmy speaks up. Hey Rin, have you eaten? Of course, you can't survive otherwise. What about in the past 5 hours? Maybe, but I'm hungry again, so maybe that means I'm wrong. Emmy grins and claps her hands together. Good, come get some food with us. Rin nods in assent. Okay, but we should hurry before they notice I'm gone. Somehow I don't think they'd care. Whoever they are. That's not very nice. As we head back to the food stalls, I cast a longing eye over the fried food. No, I better not. I'm pretty sure Emmy wouldn't let me anyway. We find a nice spot on the grass and sit down to eat our purchases. What did we buy? Well, my purchases anyway. Somehow I've wound up paying for all the food. As you always will if you have 2 girls with you, or at least even 1 girl. You're always going to pay for it, buddy. You need to learn that lesson in life. Surprisingly, my unfried food is pretty good. Silence falls as Emmy and I eat and Rin stares at something or other, occasionally eating a bite or 2 of her food. I finish my meal first and lay back on the grass. Emmy glances up from her food. Tired herself? A little, I guess. Well, don't oversleep or anything tomorrow morning. We start our morning runs, remember? Actually, that slipped my mind. I was actually just enjoying myself. Wandering around the festival with these 2 has actually been fun. Yeah, I'll set an alarm. You'd better be there. I'll get angry if you aren't. God forbid. I don't think God comes into it. Unless there is some kind of freak accident and your alarm clock shorts out. That might be a random act of God. Well, don't cause any random acts of God then. The plan forms itself in my mind. It's a plan that makes me feel kind of guilty, but I throw it into execution anyway. Damn it, I've earned a little fried food. And anyway, I'm going to start running tomorrow, right? So the actual routine all starts then, not now. Ergo, the dietary portion starts tomorrow too. Ergo, I can have something unhealthy today. A sort of final farewell to all the stuff I used to eat with the wild abandon before the hospital. Actually, I suppose I should head back to my room. I had some homework to do, and if I'm going to run in the morning, I should make it an early night. Those narrowed eyes again. Are you sure you're not just going to sneak off and buy some of that fried stuff over there? Nah, I'm too full to bother now. Bullshit! Dripping feces from your mouth, Hisao. I pat my stomach for emphasis. Besides, you two have cleaned me out anyway. Emi giggles. It's a surprisingly pleasant sound. Another pang of guilt. She's got to know that I'm lying to her, doesn't she? Or is she just that trusting? I feel kind of like a monster. All part of my master plan, Hisao. Oh, what did I... Oh no, okay. Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow morning then. Thanks for the food and keeping us company. Here I thought she was doing me a favour. We're nods in agreement. I won't say see you tomorrow because that would be like predicting the future, and I'm pretty sure I can't do that. Okay. Bye, you two. I feel oddly glad that I decided to leave my room today. Not a bad way to start my second week here, I suppose. Once I'm sure I'm out of Emi's line of sight, I make a beeline for the food stands and buy some cake. At least it's not fried, right? That's slightly better than what I was planning to do. I still feel a little bad about lying to Emi though. Clearly, otherwise you'd be buying fried food. She really does seem concerned about my health. It's because she likes you. I'll make it up to her somehow. Better head back to my room. Hey, I do have work to do. My book waits for me and I flop onto my bed and read through the fireworks display. Aw, damn, don't even get to see the fireworks display. Eventually all the walking around, or more accurately running around, catches up with me. I really am out of shape. Emi dragging me out in the morning to run might just be a good thing after all. That's something to look forward to. Ooh. Go, Emi! Go! Go! You can do it! Jesus, Hisao, you are slow. Fucking hell. Here she comes again. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's Emi! Emi! Take her hand. No, hey, there we go. Apple. Okay, that's just weird. That last bit was kind of weird. Well, to me at least. That was kind of weird. Because that just looked more like a sort of brother-sister sort of scene. I don't know. My alarm's beeping shatters the early morning quiet, and I find myself wondering where to find the motivation to rise. See if he still opens his eyes really slowly. Class is still quite far off, but I agreed to run with Emi in the mornings. Really, I'm not that interested in running as a hobby, or even as a possible life-lengthening exercise. However, I feel obligated to follow through. Well, I find myself throwing on some running shorts and a light t-shirt. The cool morning air caresses my face as the morning sunshine causes on the dew to the grass to sparkle, nearly blinding me at first. As I make my way down to the track, an ugly thought strikes me. What if this is some sort of joke that Emi's playing on me? Would that surprise me? Really? She doesn't really seem like the kind of person to sort of just crack jokes. Hell, I'd probably do it to the new guy too. No, she seems She seems fairly sincere. At the very least, I'm sure Emmy and Rin made a bet on whether or not I'd actually show up. I feel a sense of trepidation as the track comes into view. You're late. It would seem that Emmy is already there. What a relief. Not according to my watch. We both are early, in fact. Damn, you've got me there. Emmy is sitting on the bleachers, decked out in her running gear, waiting somewhat patiently for me. I'm glad you're actually here. I was afraid that this was a joke or something. Nah, I'd never make someone get up early for nothing. Plus, nice voice crack. Plus, Rin owes me 500 yen now. She didn't think you'd actually show up. I knew it. Nice to know Emmy was on my side at least. Emmy hops off the bleachers and begins stretching out. She's remarkably lithe, almost like a dancer. I set out to stretch as well, but then realised that I don't exactly remember how to stretch properly. Oh, come on, it's not that hard, man. It's been ages since I stretched for anything, if you don't count my one stint at running last week. And even then, I don't think I actually stretched beforehand. The spectre of my long hospital stay rises up again. I can't say I was all that active before the hospital stay though, so maybe I'm just being morosey? Emmy giggles as she watches me stretch out.